All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday morning, and God bless everybody in the name of Yeshua, Jesus, the Messiah. I do pray you and your family are super blessed as Bitcoin is down to the wire. It is decision time for Bitcoin as we have come up to the key area of resistance, the level given well in advance right here on this YouTube channel, which is why you need to like, subscribe, and click the bell, because as you can see, we were talking about a reclaim of 88.5 all the way up to a move to 105.6. That's exactly where we're finding a little bit of local resistance. Literally, right here. Shout out to everybody taking the dang trade setup, given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from $86,000. We are up in the juiciest profits right now. Shout out to the Casper Crew at jasonstratham.com. Click the link to join the best trading community in the world. And also, guys, if we can get 1,000 likes in the first half hour, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. The question is, are we going to pump this week to hit our next targets of over $110,000 to lock in these juicy profits? Or are we going to dump all the way back down, lose everything, have to call our parents and say, "Ma, you know how I told you I was making all this money in crypto? Well, I lost it all. And is your garage still available because I need a place to sleep tonight?" But we don't want to have that conversation, no. We want to have the opposite conversation. We want to go over to our mom's house. "Hey, Ma, remember how I was a loser in life, a burnout? You said, Jason, cut your dang hair, man, to get a real job. Well, guess what? I'm rich. We made it. Crypto's pumping, baby. We're multi-billionaires. Let's go. That's what we want to see. We want to pump, baby, to a new all-time high right now. All right. Now, we got to also give a major shout out to ANTARCTIC Exchange, decentralized exchange, SVIP privileges, super low fees, decentralized exchange, 0% limit order point, 0.15% market order fees, absolutely amazing. Also got to give a major shout out to BLOFIN. BLOFIN offering all these juicy goodnesses, 10% cash back, deposit 100, get 10, deposit 1,000, get 100, multiple chances to win $100 even if you don't deposit, discounted fees, and more. A chance to win all these amazing, wonderful prizes. Also got to give a major shout out to WEEX, another exchange I'm trading on, and shout out to the Casper Crew because this trade was taken live in the New York Open live stream, locking in a juicy $1,000 profit yesterday during the Casper Crew VIP live stream. Let everybody know that I just took the long trade now, all right? Because I do that in the Casper Crew, and I'm here at the chart and I see a good trade, and of course, boom, baby, when Jason Casper longs, you know the price has got to pump. At least sometimes. I mean, there's a 50-50 shot, right? So, guys, we are going to be talking about what the Bitcoin price is going to be doing today, because I do think we're coming to a very extreme time as we have been trading in this range now for approximately, 12 days, 11, 12 days. And as we know, it's the 10 to 13 day area where we break out of the area. Hopefully we don't get malaria from the area. I'm not trying to scare you. All right? I'm not a bear, ya. But it's been 10 to 13 days in the range, and then boom, breakout. 10 to 13 days, and then boom, breakout. 10 to 13 days. The big question is, are we going to break out? Because as we know, we are coming to major resistance. We're seeing some warning signs, so let's discuss. Got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Major shout out to Thur Tiger, who says, "What's going to happen? We going to fly or not in this week?" Shout out to Abin Hey Varma. Shout out to Robo. Shout out to Halva. Shout out to Board PC Guy and MJ. Shout out to the Dusty Hunt. Happy Taco Tuesday. Man, I love me some Taco Bell, but I have not had Taco Bell in many years. Shout out to Lucky Jim Bob 111. Shout out to Crypto Treese. Maybe I should make some nice homemade tacos. Shout out to HFG. God bless you, my brother. Shout out to Enoch. He says, "What the H? What are you wearing?" What do you mean? What do you mean? Shout out to Felipe Collins. Shout out to Joe. Casper's up, so I am up. Let's get it. Shout out to Clay the Great. Put a cigarette in your hand and you're looking like every mom from the 80s and 90s. That's true. Not every mom, come on. Only the beautiful moms. Shout out to Abir. Shout out to AV. Shout out to 3-Digit. Shout out to Timo and Marie Shelley. Who says, "Jesus, heart, de la Francais." Shout out to Gerda Parn, who says, "Hey, Jay, hey, everybody. God bless you, and hopefully you're having a great day. I hope everyone here is having a great day. Now, the question is, pull back or not? let's head on over to the chart and see what we can see. Now, very important, very, very important is the fact, guys, that we are coming up to the mother of all resistance, which is the value area high of the range. Why is this so important? Well, because ever since Trump wins the election, yeah, I talk like this now, when Trump wins the election, this is considered overvalued for Bitcoin. Yeah, the price come above the level, then we get the pullback to the bottom of the range, okay? So if we ask ourselves the question, Bitcoin come overvalued area, we get pullback to bottom of range? Maybe. Maybe. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen from here. All right, some other things we're seeing right now on the chart. The daily time frame. All right, we are seeing a bit of a bearish divergence potentially printing here. However, the money flow is looking nice and thick. The 12-hour. The 12-hour, man. It's pretty ambiguous. It's pretty dang ambiguous. All right, it's pretty dang ambiguous. Because we looked like we wanted to print a bear div here, but now we're starting to get a curve to the upside. Our 4-hour time frame, this is where things actually really get interesting. Because yesterday, if you notice, we came down to this low, and we actually did have, if you consider this divergence, we actually did have a bullish divergence confirmed on the 4-hour. We had a bullish divergence confirmed on the 1-hour here, as the price is coming down, getting lower from this low here, right? Let's kind of adjust this trend line so we can see better. We have the momentum and the money flow getting higher. This looks pretty dang bullish at the bottom of the range. And one thing I do want to say here is every single time we make one of these ranges so far, we have this pattern of the higher lows where everybody, including myself, is waiting for the lows to get taken out so we can basically wreck all the longs and then pump, but that never happens. So the pattern so far in this uptrend is pump, range. The range never comes down to the bottom. It never takes the lows. Pump, range never comes down to the bottom, never takes low. When I say take the low, I mean coming down to wreck everybody who longs the bull flag waiting for the breakout, right? And so this is a very bullish pattern, and so far the pattern is remaining the same here as we are holding the higher lows. And so the line in the sand right now for me is going to be this. What would break our pattern? Well, our pattern would break if we actually come down and take the lows, right? If we come down to around $100,800, $100,800, that would break the pattern. If we come down to $100,800, we'll probably do something like this, right? And what I would hope for is we actually just take the liquidity and pump to a new all-time high. But if we close a 4-hour candle below, or if we close especially a daily candle below 100,800, the pattern is broken and we have just officially made a lower low on our higher term time frames. On our daily time frame, we have made now a lower low, something we have not seen since the bottom back in the beginning of April. So it's very clear. It's a very clear line in the sand for having our bias for the rest of May, June, July, really the summer. If we are going to change market structure here in this very strong uptrend by breaking this pattern, that is in my opinion, a harbinger of things to come. Now, we also have to remember that in general, I'm bullish. I remain bullish. Why? Because of market Cipher beat. We take a look at the monthly time frame. All right, let's make this an area here. I used to like a line. Now I like an area again. Look at the yellow oscillator on market Cipher. Crossing over the zero line, green dot printing. This is a very bullish pattern, and it typically, most of the time, in fact, I say every single time, a confirmation of a green dot means that the month itself where the green dot is printing is bullish, and then the following month gives us even more push to the upside. All right, our 2-week time frame. Let's go to our 12-day time frame. 12-day time frame looking pretty dang juicy here. All right, pretty dang juicy. Look at this. Yellow oscillator continuing to get higher. Money flow continuing to get higher. We are seeing lots of room to the upside here on market Cipher B. Then we come to our 2-week. 2-week, very similar to our 12-day. Same exact thing. Now let's go to our 4-day. 4-day, money flow. getting kind of thick here. It's very interesting to see money flow thicker here than it was over here. Look at the yellow oscillator, much thicker here than it was over here, all right? In my opinion, there's still a lot of room to the upside, and we cannot neglect to take a look at the beautiful bullish divergence that we printed down here, signaling a high time frame low, which in my opinion, even in the event of a pullback, will probably lead to a higher low. So overall, these high time frames do look bullish. Then we get to the daily, all right? The daily looking scaly because we have seen some bearish divergences here. However, when I look at this momentum wave, what's happening here, okay? This does not scream bear to me. This does not scream bearish to me, all right? This is looking like the bears are giving it their best shot. But the momentum wave, look at the shape of this thing, all right? Look at the shape of this thing. It almost looks like I don't know, it looks like a bird's face almost, right? The green dot is the eye here. Then this thing is the beak, you know? Got a little bird head, you know, because that's how birds look. This is a picture of a bird, you know? It looks like we want to get another push to the upside. Look at that thick money flow here. Also, I have to say, look at the 4 hour. When we came down to that low yesterday and got that bullish divergence, I know we're getting a bearish trigger wave here right now, but look at the 1 hour. Look at how the money flow on the 1 hour right now is continuing to get thicker. It really looks like this trigger wave is going to be a big one when it prints, because this down here was a very bullish divergence after taking all the liquidity from the weekend. Remember, not only did we take the liquidity from the weekend, but we're holding the trend line, right? We're holding the trend line, taking the liquidity from the weekend with bullish divergence, money flow continuing to thicken, all right? Like a nice thick scoop of organic, full-fat Greek yogurt. All right, if you guys aren't eating your organic, full-fat Greek yogurt, I don't know what you're doing with your life. All right, if you're not eating organic, full-fat, thick Greek yogurt with bone broth protein powder mixed in, with heaps of frozen fruits, I don't know what you're doing with your life, okay? I don't know what you're doing. But that's how the money flow is looking right now. It's looking like a giant bowl of organic, full-fat Greek yogurt with some bone broth protein powder for some extra anabolic gains, with a whole bunch of frozen blueberries, frozen cherries, frozen raspberries, frozen pineapples thrown on top, all mixed around to give you a fully balanced, all three macronutrient anabolic bowl of juicy ice cream goodness. Looking like that next big momentum wave to the upside is about to pump. All right. Now, something else that happened yesterday is very interesting. We came down, just pretty much bounced perfectly from value area low of the local range. All right, this is why in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we took the long, right? We took the long live. All right. This is why, I told everyone we were going to continue yesterday. We did the stream yesterday morning. We did the high time frame analysis, the low time frame stuff in the Casper Crew. We hop into New York Open. New York opens. We get a little bit of a pullback. 6 minutes after New York opens, I decide about to take the dang long trade, baby. And of course, we locked in a TP1, and I let everybody know when I hit that TP1 because, we came up to our first resistance. And we actually did hit our target, which was $106,000. It was yesterday's daily open, and it was a single print being filled, and now we're getting a local pullback from resistance. So, if we are going to continue this move to the upside, what are we going to be looking for now? Well, I would be pulling the fib from the low to the current high. We got ourselves our Fibonacci golden pocket coming right in now at about 103.5, 103.7, all right? So, really, if we want to see continuation here, I would be looking down around 103.5 for that nice bounce, all right? Also, what would we have there? We would have the good old-fashioned introverted head and shoulders pattern. That introverted kid from high school who never got invited to the cool kid parties, never had a girlfriend, all right? Had that long, gross hair, stuck to himself, ate all by himself in the cafeteria. In fact, sometimes he would just take his lunch into the bathroom stall and sit there on the toilet, all alone and depressed, very introverted, couldn't even look you in the eye to talk to you. But meanwhile, this guy had a job at McDonald's, right? Putting all the money into Apple stock back in 2009, Tesla stock back in 2000, all right? Very few people had Tesla stock back in 2000. Now it's breaking out. He's no longer introverted. All the girls from high school want to talk to him now. All right? That could very well happen here as well. Coming back down to the good old Fibonacci 618 level. Now, again, remember, I believe today or tomorrow, we're going to see a big move from the range. So, the line in the sand, just to reiterate, is this. We come down below this level here. All right? We've changed the pattern. I would get actually bearish looking for a pullback down to 97 and then around $90,000 value area low. If we continue to hold the higher lows here and we get our bounce from this zone, I'm expecting all-time highs to come in. Very clear lines in the sand. Very, very clear. Make sure to smash up the likes. We got 900 people up in here. We got 200 likes, all right? We have 2 thumbs down, 221 thumbs up. Smash up the likes. We have 7 minutes to do our $1,000 giveaway. Kasim says Tesla didn't have stock in 2000. See, that's how rare it was to own Tesla stock. Kasim thinks there was no Tesla stock in 2000. Kasim, come on, man. It was the hidden menu. It's like going to In-N-Out Burger, ordering it all animal style. You know what I'm saying? We got the hidden menu. Shout out to Game Changer. He says, as per daily time frame, we are about to pop. I know that daily time frame looks bullish as all get out, baby. Shout out to Jackson Crawford. HFG says we will not touch 97 here. I hope you're right, man. Let's take a quick look at the order flow. We took a look at the Cipher, the market Cipher. And just a quick reminder, guys, if you want to join, whoa, look at this. Video editing over here. You guys got everything going on. It's everything on my computer. You guys can see it for yourself. You can see it for yourself. You know, man, things looking dang ambiguous. Like this picture of me back in college when I graduated with my degree in trans non-carbon binary emission gender studies. All right, now, just a quick reminder, guys, if you want to join the Casper crew, where we give the trade setups in advance. And look, I don't consider this a signal. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing, all right? Y'all do what y'all want to do. But you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. It's myself and other instructors doing all this for multiple assets, multiple markets, multiple times a day. Also, check out Antarctic Exchange, a decentralized exchange made by traders for traders. All right, check out the white paper. Check out the homepage. Make sure to use my link if you want the very discounted fees. But here's the thing. This exchange does not have market makers. It has a peer-to-peer liquidity pool, and everybody who trades on the exchange can be a market maker. You can provide liquidity, which means proportionate to how much liquidity you provide is how much you get paid when other people pay fees or when other people get liquidated. All right? So it's made by traders, and everybody, the ecosystem is set up so that it's not traders against market makers. It's traders against traders. If you trade on the exchange, you're a partial owner, you own the exchange, very low fees. We're changing the name of the game here. Also, check out BLOFIN right now, offering all these juicy rewards and stuff like that. All right, all the juicy rewards, 10% cash back, low fees, $100 giveaways, $1,000 future bonus, and all these prizes, right? You can win a dang Tesla, all right? This is actually the early Model 3 back from the year 2000. All right, this is the first Tesla from 2000. All right, it's called the Model T. The Model Tesla. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying? What were we going to take a look at? What were we going to take a look at? We're going to take a look at the order flow. Right, we're going to take a look at the order flow. Make sure to like the dang video as we take a look at the order flow. All right? Is there API for Antarctic or no? There will be. I'm actually not sure if there is yet. Look, Antarctic is going to be everything we want it to be. You're going to be able to trade an imprint of SPX, indices, commodities, stocks, Forex, just like you used to be able to do on BingX. You're going to be able to trade those markets using your Tether on a decentralized crypto exchange. All right? It's going to be API accessible. We're making it as best as possible. I mean, one of the things I really like about the exchange right now is the fact that, look at this. I have 2 Bitcoin longs open at the same time. You can have split position or merge position here, where basically you could have merge where you add to a trade and change your entry, or split, where you can have like 7 Bitcoin longs and 2 Bitcoin shorts at the same time, all right? Everything's fully customizable here. As you can see, the colors of the exchange are blue and purple, all right? That's one of the best things, but if you don't like blue and purple, you could make it normal, right? Come over here, go to style, and change it to standard. Ugh! 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 But at least the buy and sell button stays blue and purple. But yeah, you know, we want to keep it the way it should be. Blue and purple. Whew! Just like it's like a glass of cool water on a hot summer day, man. Yeah, Antarctic is going to be everything we want it to be, alright? But it's a very new exchange. People don't realize this. Like, MEXC is 8 years old already. MEXC is already 8 years old. Most people didn't even know about it until 4 years ago. This is very new, alright? So it's going to be a process. And it's going to get there. And it's going to be awesome, alright? It's going to be awesome. The team behind it is absolutely amazing. Alright, the team behind the exchange is absolutely amazing. Heavy players, hard-hitting players from the industry, from other exchanges and companies that y'all know, are working on this thing to make it massive. Alright, it's going to be huge. Just like Jason Casper's getting absolutely huge.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Jason Casper. He's the best YouTube trader in the world. He's getting huge. Shout out to the Casper crew.
You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's check out the order flow on Bitcoin. Because yesterday, we did see some bullish things happening down at the bottom of the range as well. Right? Yesterday, we saw at the bottom of this range here, bullish absorption. Not only was market Cipher looking bullish, but the order flow was looking bullish as well. So let's check it out right now. Alrighty, so yeah, look at this, guys. Look at this. One of the reasons why I longed yesterday is because you could see as we came down to the bottom here of this trend line. This is, I can't draw on EXO, not on this version. But first of all, we are seeing the CBD being bullish throughout the entirety of this, on a decrease of open interest, so we can't take it too seriously. But then look at this. Yesterday, as we come down to this low, right? We make our first low right here, and we see negative 152 CBD. Then we make a higher low. We see negative 175. 25 million shorts being absorbed here, showing us that the bulls, in fact, were looking to push the price to the upside. Now, look at this. Look at this. Then we get a short squeeze. Look at all the shorts that opened up here. Do you guys see this? This open interest increasing here as we get the move down. These are all shorts. All right, all shorts opening up. People getting bearish. We're rejecting from resistance. People getting bearish. All right, whales are absorbing those shorts. Whales are eating those shorts up to fill longs. All right, that's what we saw happen yesterday at support. Whales eating up shorts to fill longs. How can we tell that that's what's happening? Because open interest is showing us that new trades are opening. This first move to the downside was actually fueled by actual market participation. It's not just longs getting stopped out. This is not longs getting stopped out causing the move down. We're seeing new trades opening as the price is going down, showing us that yes, there are new shorts. That's why price is going down. People are shorting, right? Then we see even more shorts opening here as we make a higher low. This is our hint that the whales are absorbing those shorts, because if there's more shorts than longs coming in, you expect price to make a lower low. If it doesn't make a lower low, the only explanation is that there's a whale sitting there with limit long orders at the lows trying to push the price back up. The whale's order gets filled, we get the move up. You can see all the shorts that opened now close out, all right? It's been a short squeeze. Now, once we come to the top, what are we seeing now? We are seeing more shorts opening up. They're back at it again, look. The shorter's back at it again. What does this mean? As long as we make a higher low, that is even more bullish absorption. As long as we stay in our box right here and make our higher low, that is bullish absorption. All right? So that's another thing you want to look out for. Overall, I have to say I lean bullish, man. I could be wrong. I lean bullish. You know, could I be wrong? Yeah. I lean bullish here. I lean bullish, man. So it's very interesting. That shout out to Random Stuffs TV. He's the whale at the bottom. That's what's up. What platform is that? That is called ExoCharts. But guys, here's the thing. I'm in the process right now of releasing a free trading course. Okay? on my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel, go to playlists. I have an 18-part free trading course here. All right, let's actually go to my YouTube channel. Go to playlists. Click on the free trading course. And yeah, right now we've got 14 sessions that will be released by the end of the week. I even have a session in here purely about order flow and CVD explained, how to spot the divergences. All right, check it out, guys. You don't want to sleep on this free course. All right. So this will go over all that stuff. Let's go over all that stuff. Man, it's gonna be juicy. It's gonna be juicy. Check out the first 10 sessions we have now. All right. Check out this video here. An hour-long video on how to make a trading plan from a blank chart. I'm telling you guys, this is the juice right here. Look at all these bot comments, man. Look at all these bot comments. It's so crazy, these bot comments. Does anybody fall for the bot comments? I can't imagine anybody falling for the bot comments. You know, I just can't. I just can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. So, yeah, order flow. Everything looks pretty bullish, I have to say. All right, everything looks pretty bullish. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Smash up the likes, guys, so that we can take a look at Ethereum. How can you set a stop loss order for the entire position if you have take profits set? You gotta set your stop loss first, and then set your take profits. But that's gonna be fixed ASAP on Antarctic Exchange. That is gonna be changed ASAP. All right, retarded folk will. Do even retarded folk will? I feel like if you're retarded, you're not gonna figure out how to get scammed on it. But what do I know? You know, I'm a little bit retarded myself. I'm a wee bit retarded myself. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Dave Digital. You started trading with blank. I made so much money. LOL. Yeah, it's so weird. Or it's like I lost everything until I met Miss Maria. And everyone chimes in. Oh yeah, Miss Maria. I love her. I trade with her too. I gave her 7 Bitcoin. She gave me 27 million Bitcoin back. Then like 25 other people all comment the same exact thing. Just call Miss Maria over on Telegram. Yeah, she's on Telegram. Come on. Come on. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Ethereum. All right. So here's the deal with ETH. Just like how Bitcoin is finding resistance at the macro value area high of the range, ETH is finding resistance at the macro value area low of the range, which is, we could consider this bearish, okay? But here's what I really think we need to focus on. If Bitcoin's going to get a pullback, ETH is going to get a pullback. We have seen something that we have never seen in the history of ETH, which is while Bitcoin is at all-time highs, ETH is literally trading back in bear market prices, okay? We have now come back into the range, not based on volume, but just based on price action here, all right? Based on this very key $2,000 level, we've gotten a big bullish breaking close above, all right? So if we're going to get a pullback on ETH, $2,000 is the level to look for that bounce, all right? And here's something else, I think. We did have a fake out of the triangle to the upside. We obviously had a fake out of the triangle to the downside. Okay, we're also trying to gain acceptance back into that triangle right now. If we come back into the triangle, I expect fully a breakout. Given the bullishness of the Bitcoin chart, again, Bitcoin's going to lead the way. Given the bullishness of the Bitcoin chart, ETH will follow. Now, here's something else I want to point out about ETH here. Okay, man. First of all, it looks like in 11 days we will have a bullish engulfing candle on the monthly. Very nice. Look at the yellow oscillator on the monthly. Okay. The next green dot that prints on ETH, maybe in the summertime, you know, maybe in the fall time, it's going to be below that zero line. And when that happens, man, we are going to pump like crazy. When you get a green dot below the zero line on the monthly time frame, I do not care if we're bullish, bearish, whatever. You are not going to not get a pump, right? You have no choice. It's looking very bullish on the monthly, the 2-week time frame. Look at this, man. Look at this, man. We have ourselves a very nice, very low, very oversold momentum wave confirmed green dot on the weekly time frame. Now, I understand here, I understand that some people might look at this as bearish, but we have a big bottom on the weekly, all right? Money flow in the purple, big bottom on the weekly, while Bitcoin is looking very bullish. Keep that in mind. The last time we saw this signal print was literally the bottom of the bear market. Literally the bottom of the bear market, okay? So look at this, just based on our market structure, we have our bottom of the bear market, we have our high. Right now, we're making a higher low. We're bouncing from a very key support. The very key support that we're bouncing from actually is none other than the value area low of the bear market. We kind of mess with this. Trust me, it is. I know it looks like it's not here, but we bounce. Well, okay, so depending on how you pull this volume pull, we either came to value area low or POC. Whatever the case, we dip into extremely important support. We'll say this is a box of very key support. It also lines up perfectly with our Fibonacci levels, low to high. We've got ourselves our 786, 886 zone, which for altcoins is the golden pocket for altcoins. Okay? And we're printing a higher low signal here on the weekly. So, considering the bullishness of Bitcoin, I'd say ETH looks extremely bullish. I'm expecting ETH to hit new all-time highs. I know some people disagree. I'm going to be bullish on ETH. Now, just a quick caveat, I am emotionally and financially invested in the success of Ethereum because I hold quite a bit. All right, I hold quite a bit. It's my second biggest holding next to Bitcoin. And so, yeah, I want it to pump, all right? But it is looking pretty good to me. So if we get a pullback here, I would love to see us just come back to our historic support of around 2,000. All right, I know I would like to come down to the historic support of 2,000. So if we just look at this here, $2,000 was resistance in 2021, support, resistance, and then look, we got it right down here. All right, come down, get the bounce. Looking very nice. And then I assume we finally get the real breakout of this trend line and we can hit our $5,500 level. All right. So that's my outlook on ETH. If we don't get a pullback, right, then we have this opportunity here. If we don't get a pullback, then we do have a long opportunity if we come up into the range and just simply get a back test of 2,500. Because now, what used to be resistance will be flipped into support. So really, I'm either looking for, to long ETH, a pullback to around $2,000, or a breakout and a retest of $2,500 value area low. And I remain bullish. I'm bullish, baby! It's rare that I come out of the closet as a bull, alright? I usually remain pretty dang neutral, alright? Pretty dang ambiguous. People can't tell. They see me in Walmart. They're like, I wonder what bathroom that guy is going to go into. I can't tell which way he goes. Is he bullish or bearish? It's like real ambiguous. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm bullish on everything. And if I'm wrong, I will make a video saying I was absolutely wrong. And because I was wrong, I missed out on making money. All right? That's just part of the game, guys. It's part of the game, being wrong. I don't feel like I'm wrong here. You're not supposed to trade on your feelings. But all things considered, the bullishness of these high time frames on Bitcoin, and the fact that we got such a pullback here on ETH makes me think we can see a big pump on all these coins that a lot of people aren't ready for. All right? That a lot of people are not ready for. Do I own Caspa? No. I don't own any Caspa. Shout out to Jason Caspa. Solana is good until you sell it. Can we look at Sol? Yeah. I also hold a lot of Sol. Alright? I got a lot of soul for a white guy. You guys heard me freestyle. You know, it's not bad. No, but look, here's the deal. This is, in general, my my soul kind of like spot prediction here, coming up to $540. Our next fib target, the 1.618. All right, but let's talk about why I'm bullish on Sol. All right, let's go to the monthly. First of all, we had ourselves a range, and remember, we're interpreting the altcoins through the lens of Bitcoin. All right, we had a range. We came down to the bottom of the range. We took all the liquidity, and we bounced from the monthly order block. So we got to bounce from key support. This was pretty much the most important support that we had here, because if we're going to lose $96, then we could very easily have dropped down to $32, right? Fast move up, fast move down. So we're holding support. The monthly VWAP is about to cross the 0 line within a month or two. It's looking nice. Our 2-week has just confirmed a green dot, looking very nice. And in addition to this, when we go to our weekly time frame, we are printing an extremely bullish divergence on the weekly. Ever since the low that we made back here in September of 2023 to our current low, we are printing a very bullish divergence where the the momentum wave is lower as the price is higher on this trend line, which is being respected for multiple taps here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th tap. We're getting bullish divergence here. We go to the daily time frame. As we hit into this low, this support, we are seeing very nice bullish divergences. All right, very deep left momentum wave, shallow right momentum wave, money flow getting higher, the coveted uneven butt cheek pattern, nice gravy, ravioli, ricotta cheese, olive oil, extra virgin coming out the left butt cheek, skinny right butt cheek, gluten-free, carb-free, fat-free, protein-free. It's pretty much just a pizza made out of cucumbers only, all right? That's called a bullish div. We get the pump. We're seeing higher high, higher lows on the momentum, money flow getting thicker. All right, we're back in the range. We take a look at all the volume that traded within the range. You can see we're above value area low. We're above POC. Our next target is going to be $199, give or take. And then I would expect that, well, of course, Bitcoin's going to be the one following. Bitcoin's going to be the one leading the way. If Bitcoin's going to break out of its range and form a new range above 110,000, these altcoins are going to pump. All right, they are printing bullish signs here on the chart, and we cannot forget, or we cannot neglect to keep the monthly time frames in mind here. If Bitcoin's going to pump and hold above 110,000, we're going to see ETH, we're going to see Sol getting green dots on the monthly. Low green dots, all right? Low green dots are much juicier than high green dots, right? You get a green dot up here, it could be like the top, you don't really know. But that momentum has time to cool off, and we're holding support, and we're seeing low time frame bullish divergences. When that thing prints that green dot, man, I'm telling you, it's a powerful, powerful signal. A powerful signal. A powerful signal, baby. Major shout out to HFG for the super chat. God bless you, bro. I forget if I already called you out for the super chat or not, but thank you so much. God bless you. Shout out to Caddy, who says if you watch these live streams and don't chuckle at least once, you're doing something wrong. Always earning those likes. God bless you. Shout out to Dows. You loved your hair in what salon? It's the Casper salon, man. Jay means great in Hindi. Jason means great son. Interesting. Is that real in Hindi? Or is that a joke? Do I think we really need a pullback or not? Well, do I think we need a pullback? No, of course. We never need a pullback. We never need a pullback. Look, no, we don't need a pullback. We could break out. We don't need a pullback. If we get one, we know what levels to look for the bounce, right? It's actually pretty dang simple. We look for a bounce at 97K, and then we look for a bounce to back test these lows of the range here. Basically, like I'd say between 85 and 87. All right, if we get a pullback to maintain the bullish trend. But so far, the pattern is that we don't get a pullback, right? That's why we're looking at 100,000.8 as our line in the sand. 100,000.8 will break the pattern of pump, range, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, pump, range, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, pump, range, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. We're seeing bullish divergences at these higher lows. We're seeing bullish CVD at these higher lows. So far, things look bullish. We're consolidating below the value area high of the range. We start closing and holding above this area here. And we already did get one daily candle close above it, which in my opinion is a sign. But it happened on a weekend, so that's the problem. The close above the value area high happened on a weekend. But we get a nice value area high daily candle close above here. And yeah, we're most likely not getting a pullback. And look at the daily. I mean, this just looks really nice to me. The fact that we're so reluctant to print that that red dot, and the money flow is getting thicker here. We got to give a major shout out to the super chat, Chatty C. Thank you for everything, brother. You have changed the game for me. Well, praise God. Praise God. Thank you so much for your super chat. Praise God. Thank you so much for your super chat. You're talking the local range from the recent pump. So here's the deal. Local range from the recent pump. If we're going to get a pullback, be looking for us to come and make a higher low again between the POC and the value area low of the range. All right. Which is going to be basically like, I'd say 102.5 to 103.8, because we did have very bullish divergences here. And as we watch this order flow, we are seeing even more shorts opening. So if we're seeing more and more shorts opening and we're bouncing from this zone, then I'd say we're probably going to see what we saw yesterday, right? Yesterday, we saw that, yesterday we looked at the chart and we saw something absolutely shocking, which was we were coming down to that low with the bullish CVD, which is why in the Casper Crew VIP, I gave the not signal, because we don't give signals, to take the long trade, all right? And told everybody when I hit my TP1 as well, okay? But, yeah. So if we see that again today when New York opens in about an hour and a half, yeah, maybe we get another opportunity to do that, all right? We got to give a major shout out to our super chat, Mr. Mike AZ057. You see the cup and handle, silver printed. Largest ever possibly, 40 years in the making. Wow. Early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. I did not see that. I haven't actually looked at silver in quite some time. Which is funny, because I'm a silver stacker myself. But I've been stacking silver now for over a decade. I don't really pay attention to the price, to be honest with you, because I don't trade it. I don't trade silver. Let's check it out. Ah. That's a deep retracement for a cup and handle, honestly. It looks like maybe we have a cup and handle within a cup and handle even, right? This one's kind of slanty here. But, interesting. Yeah, look at that. It is interesting. Let's check out Market Cipher B. Ooh. Wow. Wow! Oh, man. I thought we had something better than what we had here. Whoops. Okay. No, we do have something. Wow. Well, okay. All right, we do have something amazing here, guys. This is the monthly time frame. All right, check this out. Check this out. All right. Price making that lower wick here, taking out the lows, and the oscillator on the monthly coming up like that. Wow. Okay, that is looking nice. Money flow curving on the monthly. We got a nice trigger. Trigger wave printing. Okay, it's looking like a really nice bottom here on silver. Last time we saw the money flow in the purple on silver crossing to the blue was in 2003. All right. So if anything is similar right now, we're right in this area, just based on our money flow cross. So interesting, man. Interesting. And look, I don't, this is pretty crazy here. I'm not much of a cup and handle trader, right? But, that's crazy. That would put silver at close to $100 an ounce, man. Isn't that crazy? $100 an ounce. Can you imagine that, man? If silver's $100 an ounce, man, that there is bad things happening with the dollar. All right. There's already bad things happening with the dollar, but you know, they're able to suppress the price of silver and gold with their fake, their ETFs and their fake silver paper and gold, gold and paper silver. So you know things are going wrong when they can't suppress anymore. So that's quite interesting. That is quite interesting. I myself am big into the silver. Been stacking hardcore since around 2014. So yeah, can't go wrong with silver, man. Silver is physical silver is preservation of purchasing power, just like physical gold, right? You can't go wrong with those things. Although there's some drawbacks to them, you know. That's why it's good to diversify. Crypto and precious metals. Those are two good preservers of purchasing power. One digital, easy to transport. The other physical, difficult to transport. You know? Alright, let's just go back to our Bitcoin here. Everybody is talking, everyone you're talking to is extremely bearish. I hope you're right. Well, it's a good sign. If everyone's bearish, then it's a good sign, right? If most people are bears, it's a good sign. Look, I hope I'm right too, all right? We got 1 hour till New York opens. A little bit more than that, maybe like an hour and 35 minutes. Solana's pumping. There's silver in them dollar hills. It doesn't seem that far-fetched, you know, to see a $100 silver. Like, it's something that everyone who stacks silver has been expecting forever, right? But it would show some serious weakness. We're already seeing massive amounts of weakness in the US dollar. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure to smash up the likes. We have over 1,000 people, only 400 likes. You know, every day we do an opportunity to give away $1,000 if we get 1,000 likes, but people just don't like the stream. Quick reminder, guys, sign up to Antarctic Exchange for the best trading experience in the world, discounted fees. Sign up to BLOFIN for absolutely amazing rewards and bonuses. Sign up to the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we give the dang trades in real time. And make sure to like, subscribe, and click the dang bell for notifications, man. Alright, like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, because you don't want to miss out on this juiciest content here on YouTube. Shout out to Mr. Mike again. You stack too. But end of year 3-digit silver, stack up now. Yeah, that'd be crazy. End of year 3-digit silver, that'd be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be pretty crazy. If you hold perpetual futures, don't you have to pay fees? Yeah, you have to pay fees. Or unless you're short, then you get... It depends. Yeah, you do have to pay fees, right? You do have to pay fees. But look, I've never had the fees eat into my profits, you know? What's my view on prop firms? My view on prop firms is they're great, especially if you don't have a lot of capital. Shout out to OG Blockchain. God bless you, bro. Shout out to the Dusty Hunt. He says, Casper is so fake, he doesn't even have a treadmill. He's just walking in place. Dang it, man. You're onto me. Your non-binary carbon studies photo makes me think of Eurovision's Song Festival. Cool, I don't even know what that is. I'm so, culturally, ignorant. The POC is right at the Golden Pocket area. Yeah, the local Bitcoin. Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you mean when New York opens? Yeah, when the New York Stock Exchange opens, we typically get an injection of volume. Is my hair itching yet? Nope. Here's the trick. You don't wash it. Did I ever recover my funds from when I was hacked? No, man. That is crypto. Right? You lose your crypto, it's gone, baby. Ain't no government coming to help you out. Ain't no FDIC. If FDIC even works, I don't know. I've never had to test it, thankfully, but no, man, you don't recover your crypto. If someone steals your crypto, how you gonna get it back? How you gonna get that back? You know? All right, looks like Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a move here. A little pre-New York open pump. A little pre-New York open pump. Bybit recovered theirs. Well, they're Bybit, all right. I'm not Bybit. Do you know how much money it costs to hire like crypto tracker downer people? A lot. And then you don't even know if you're going to get your funds back. Honestly. You know, when you lose 700K, the last thing you want to do is drop literally, potentially, $70,000 to $100,000 on maybe getting your crypto back. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just forget the whole thing and work hard. You know what I'm saying? How's the garden coming? Man, the garden is coming so great. I'll tell you. The potatoes are sprouting. The beans are sprouting. The squash is sprouting. The garlic's looking good. We got the greens, the asparagus, all that stuff, man. All that stuff. I'm 6 Juanita. Yeah, I am 6 Juanita, man. Your garden's struggling, got really hot way earlier than usual. It's been a hot year. For me, the last frost was like a month earlier than usual. But, you know, look, I'm telling you, the cheat code for gardening is really the landscape fabric. All right, it is the landscape fabric. I'm telling you, man. Like, I know people don't like to use it, but last year, this stuff, all right? Last year, I used this for the first time. I did not water or fertilize at all. Nothing, all right? Just to see what would happen. This stuff keeps the moisture in. It keeps the weeds out. I didn't weed at all. I didn't weed at all last year. I had some weeds, okay? But this stuff is amazing. So like right here, these rows, these are gonna be red beets, rows of red beets. So all I do if I'm planting row crops, I even plant corn this way. I plant beans this way, corn this way. You cut slits in the stuff and you just go and drop the seeds in, pin the landscape fabric back. It's a cheat code. It could be super hot, and this will keep your plants from drying out. I'm telling you. All right? That's the cheat code. It's a cheat code. This is the uneven butt cheeks on Market Cipher. All right? Uneven butt cheeks on Market Cipher. The uneven butt cheeks on Market Cipher for gardening is the landscape fabric. All right? I'm telling you. Whoa, we're getting a little bit of a dump. A little bit of a dump. Sheesh. We got a super chat in the house. How did I lose my crypto? Nah, I had it on a hot wallet and my device was compromised. Alright? Had it on a hot wallet, device was compromised. I lost 10 Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like under 30K. I try not to think about it. I try not to think about it. You know, I try not to think about it. At the time, all the crypto I lost was worth about $700,000. Today, well over $1 million, man. I don't even want to think about it, honestly. But that $300,000 of Bitcoin would have been worth about over $1 million. You know? But it is what it is, man. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know? Yeah, you put the solar panels, yeah, for sure. Put them wherever, man. You know? Those solar panels, that's the way to go. You know, no electric bill. You know, praise God. No electric bill, no debt, no mortgage. I don't pay electric bill. I don't pay a water bill. I got myself a well. You know, powered by solar to pump water into the house. I got an old school hand pump out there if we got to do it the old fashioned way. You know, we got the solar panels. We got the backup solar generators to power us at night. And then we got the backup propane generators. And, yeah. You know? Yeah, shout out to the gold sniper. What matters are skills. They can take everything out from you and you can make it again. That's true. Look, I put my head down and worked hard. If you guys followed me on my journey after losing that money, let's just say I ended up extremely overworked, overstressed, and underslept. Oh, and I mean, I put my face down and hustled hard to make that money back. I'll tell you, I was trading multi-million-dollar positions. I was like in the zone, man. If you guys remember me back in like the fall, winter 2023, early 2024, I'm out here trading $2 million positions, $500,000 positions, and I'm just like grinding, scalping the dang 5-second time frame. You know? Isn't it hot walking with all the hair and cap? Well, yeah, but look, you gotta understand, right? I like to put my body through extremely stressful situations, you know? So for me, this is nothing. For me, this is nothing, all right? I'm telling you. Yeah, I was scalping the 5 seconds. What's funny is I was making money doing it too, man. But you have to be in the zone. Like, I'm telling you, trading, you have to know what kind of mindset you're in. I'll tell you, there is a... Do not expect to have a relaxed life. Don't expect to sleep well or to feel well or to have balance in your life if you're scalping the 5-second time frame, all right? Trading affects every other aspect of your life. I've come to realize this. The degree to which you focus on the charts, everything in life is a give and take, right? It's a give and take. So that period of my life, in hindsight, I didn't realize this at the time, probably because I was running on cortisol and caffeine, but everything in life is a give and take. So that period of my life, in hindsight, I was very stressed. I actually developed insomnia from that. I actually ended up in, I ended up having to basically like take 2 weeks off and go lie on the beach in 2024 just to try and reset myself. And honestly, even now, I'd say I finally now feel like fully recovered from that, like physically, all right? But yeah, you gotta know yourself as a trader. Right now, I'm not scalping at all. You guys notice my trades are far and few in between. I'm just relaxing, enjoying time outside in the garden. You know? Yeah, lack of sleep affects everything in your life. It's crazy. I'll tell you. I I've been sleeping really well past few months. It's honestly like being on steroids. Yeah? It's like being on anabolic steroids. You feel so amazing. You wake up feeling great. Your workouts are amazing. You're putting strength on in the gym. You're lean. You know, I woke up this morning, looked in the dang mirror. My six-pack is popping. I'm not even trying to have a six-pack. How long have I been holding this trade? Since April, man. Since April. And I've only lost $200 on the fee. Oh, I don't think that's telling me the funding fee, actually. I think that's just the trading fee. I've been holding this trade since April. Look. April 21st. Actually, when did I give the not the signal, but the setup here? Was, yeah, the 21st of April. All right, 21st of April. That morning, was letting everybody know my plan publicly. And the VIP gave everybody the setup privately. I've been holding it for that long. All right. And really, the way I'm managing this trade is, if we lose this, I'm going to have to close or take significant profits. Because, look, this is a lot of money. This is a lot of money to fool around with here. So, at least I've made 15K no matter what. But I don't want to close this trade with less than 25K in the pocket, right? And this long here, you know, I've already made about 5K. So all in all, from this long, I've already made 20K. So I don't want to get out of this position without having 25 to 30K in the actual account. All right. So we'll see what happens. How do you keep your crypto safe? You gotta have cold storage, man. You gotta have cold storage. Scalping is a job. It's not fun. Well, it can be fun. Like, that's the thing. That's the other thing that's like deceptive about trading, right? It is fun. And we like it. We love it. We love it, right? That's why we do it. You can't do this if you don't thoroughly enjoy it. But it's like anything else in life. Something you like that drains you. You don't realize it's draining you until hindsight. Like, it's like that even with like lifting weights. Like, you know, how many times us weightlifters out there, we go too hard. You know, we're feeling good. We're going too hard. Too much intensity. Too much volume. Next thing you know, you feel like crap. But you enjoyed the whole process getting to that point. It's about balance. It's very hard for me to find balance, all right? The older I get, the more I strive to have balance. How does it feel to have more money than other people? I don't know, man. I never really thought about it. But it feels pretty normal. Like I don't feel like I have a lot of money. I suppose, like, my life hasn't really changed at all since having a lot of money. You know, it's all relative too, because, like, compare me to a lot of other people and I don't have a lot of money, right? But what do they say? They say after, like, you make $1 million, nothing feels different. I don't know. But it's not like so here's the thing. Even if I was a multi-trillionaire, nothing about my life would change. I'd still be on this stupid treadmill with the same wig. I'd still be out in the sun sweating, working the field. Nothing would really change, right? What degree do I have from uni? I didn't even graduate high school, man. I did not even graduate high school. Where there's a major chance of a pullback and where to enter the golden pocket or the 786? You know, both are a good place. So for me right now, what I'm looking for is basically to come down between the golden pocket and the 786. So I would be looking for, before I take a fresh long right now on Bitcoin, I want to dip into the area and see an actual bounce with bullish CVD absorption. I want to maintain the trend line, see the bounce, and check to see if we have bullish CVD absorption and all that kind of stuff. Where's the 30-second trading video? I think I took it down, but I do have a $75 course that talks about scalping the 5-second. All right, you know what I'm saying? Sunscreen? I never wear sunscreen, all right? I never wear sunscreen, honestly. So yeah, I don't know. I'm one of those weird people that thinks the sun is good for you, okay? Maybe it'll lead to my early demise, but I'm one of those weird people that thinks, I don't know, blocking the sun from your skin is kind of like probably not healthy. You know? I'm also one of those, it's like anything that's like natural is supposed to happen, you stop it from happening, that can't be good. Antiperspirant deodorant can't be good, man. All right, birth control that makes girls not get their period can't be good. All right? Something's supposed to come out, you keep it from coming out. It's not good, man. Can you imagine you take a pill, you don't pee? Can't be good, right? So I love the sun. I go out there, it feels good. It energizes me, man. I feel good. I never get a sunburn. Never. I never get a sunburn. You know? That's true. $1 million isn't that much anymore. Yeah, and also this, Mary man. Like, I fully believe this because I have a friend who had that issue on his nose, and he attributes it to wearing sunscreen. So, yeah, what do I know, guys? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. What do I know? All right? But I love getting sun. All right, Randy agrees that sunscreen causes the C word. You know? Light therapy. Yeah, just less sun if needed. I mean, I love the sun. There's nothing like waking up, going out, praying, praising the Lord out in the garden with the sun beating down on your dang skin. All right? But, whatever. Look, I'm literally an idiot. I'm a sweaty guy on a treadmill with a blonde wig. All right? So I'm not a doctor. All right? I don't know anything about nutrition or health or anything like that, okay? Shout out to my man, God Squad Oron. He says, so you're saying if I put in the time and dedication and decide I want to scalp the 30-second, you can? Yeah, of course, man. Of course you can. Absolutely. Like, I have really scalped those low time frames, man. And Market Cipher. Here's the thing, though. You need an exchange like MEXC or WEEX that has low fees, or ANTARCTIC that has very low fees. Otherwise, you'll eat the profits and the fees. But yeah, you can do it. Let me see if I actually, if I can find that video. Do I drink any alcohol? I have not drinking alcohol in a very long time. Like, the most alcohol I've had was like a sip of Blue Moon back in February. And the last time before that was also a sip of Blue Moon in February. I've had a non-alcoholic Blue Moon. Here's the thing. I love beer. I actually thoroughly enjoy the taste of beer, and I thoroughly enjoy the taste of whiskey. But I hate the effects of alcohol. And I'm telling you, it really affects me. And people say I'm weak or whatever, but I mean, I feel like I'm a very high output person, okay? I'm a high output person. My body is put through a lot. I have high demand, physical high demand on my body, all right? And so little things throw me off balance, and I feel it. Your average American probably sitting on the couch after work, desk job, you know, they don't feel it. But I'm very in tune with my body. Like, I'm very in tune with my digestion, my sleep, my energy, my strength. I'm in tune with these things. And if I have even just one beer or one drink of whiskey, I'm not talking about getting drunk. I'm not even talking about getting buzzed. If I have that, I feel it the next day. All right? I feel it mentally, I feel it physically. So I don't really drink alcohol. It has to be a very rare occasion. And as I've gotten older, the desire to drink is not stronger than my desire to feel well. All right? I know that sounds crazy, but it is what it is. How much do I charge to teach the skill? If you want teaching one-on-one, I don't do it anymore, to be honest with you. I don't do it anymore, to be honest with you. Yeah, alcohol makes crypto coons feel like crap. Whiskey has antioxidants. Yeah, I believe that, the Whiskey Reaper. I believe that. Yeah, I fully do believe that. beer has carbs for working out. I believe that too. Like when I was in my 20s, all right, I used to go out with my wife to Chili's, all right? They had this deal where you could get like 2 meals for $20. And then you could get bottomless chips and salsa. And I used to get a 24-ounce Blue Moon and drink that with all the chips, all right? And I will tell you that the next day in the gym, I felt like Superman, okay? But back in my 20s, I was not putting my body through as much as I am now, all right? I sat down all day besides going to the gym. So I really think there's only so much output you can handle. And the more output you have, the more that alcohol affects you. Also, I was not nearly as jacked in my 20s as I am in my 30s. I was much softer. I didn't have defined abs in my 20s. I was much weaker. So, you know. Alan's 1 year sober and you feel great. Do I sleep 8 hours straight? I try to get 8 to 9 hours a night, at least 8. And if I feel like I need a nap, I take it, you know? If I feel like I need a nap, I take it. Adam is much better sleep without the alcohol. Yeah, everything in life is a give and take, right? Everything. Just like the trading, the 5-second time frame, it's a give and take. Having alcohol is a give and take, right? If you're going to do something now that's going to give you like a short-term something good, you're going to have to take that from something else, right? There's only so much energy. There's only so much energy. But, you know, I didn't even drink alcohol at Passover this year. I had grape juice. I had Baptist wine. I had Baptist wine this year on Passover. Usually I drink normal wine, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'm in a season of trying to really get balance in my life. You know? Do I think we'll pump or dump MC? I'll go back and watch the stream because I went through it all. A little red wine is nice. A little red wine is nice, you know? It is. It is. Do I have a girlfriend? Nah, I don't have a girlfriend. Quitting weed helped you a lot? What do I think about creatine? I don't know, man. Like, for me, it gives me diarrhea, straight up. For me, it gives me diarrhea. For y'all, it probably won't. I don't like it. I don't like it. What drives me so hard? I don't know, man. It's just my personality. I've always been extremely driven. All right? I've always been so driven. I don't know what it is. So, praise God. I just, you know what? I think it's just, I don't know what it is. I've always been extremely driven. You had absinthe in Amsterdam, the real kind that makes you hallucinate. Am I a farmer? I mean, I don't know if I'm a farmer. I consider myself a homesteader. I mean, I have massive gardens. I grow crops, you know, acres of food. I raise animals, but I don't consider myself a farmer. What's my bench? My current bench is pretty weak, all right? I'm actually in a phase of kind of like trying to build my strength. So right now, I know this is weak, but my current bench press right now is 265 for a set of 5. That's my 5 rep max right now on the bench is 265. I know it's weak, all right? Do I deadlift? Are you kidding me? I love deadlifting, CEO. I love deadlifting so much that's one of the exercises that burns me out the most, okay? Does creatine cause hair loss? I think one of the reasons why I have this hair is because I don't take creatine. Yeah, deadlifting for me is one of those exercises where I'm tempted to do it too often and I will burn myself out, okay? I'll have like, I try to deadlift no more than once a week. But I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes I'm supposed to do like bent rows. I put the weight on the barbell and I just start deadlifting it, okay? Yeah, I love deadlifts so much. I love them. I think they're one of the best exercises for building traps, all right? I've got my traps big from deadlifting, my rear delts, my lats, obviously the butt and the hamstrings, but man, I love deadlifting. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. How do I keep doing the treadmill so long? You got to work up to it, Sniper. You got to work up to it. Like, I've been doing this, I get 20,000 steps a day on average. You got to work up to it, man. Stay fit. Yeah, I got a home gym, man. I got a home gym. Absolutely. When I moved out here into the country, I got a home gym. So, all right, guys, I gotta head out, man. I love all of you. May God bless you all in Jesus' name. I do pray the Lord blesses you and your family. And Lord willing, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.